you are again giving that support to states. However, we have seen, based on this year's data, the first 8 months, or April to November, most of the states, at least the 10 biggest states, and we have done that analysis, have not been able to spend capex as much as last year, either in absolute terms or as percentage.
Not most, I would say some. Some have actually almost substantially increased their capex. Orissa, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh,
Gujarat has
Bihar.
increased.
Uttar Pradesh, Bihar also.
But not as a percentage of their capex targets. In absolute terms, they have.
State government's capex target is not a relevant factor to be looked at all. You should look at year-on-year comparison.
Is it a problem with capacity? I mean, they've not been able to ramp up capacity
I
as
think
much
the
as
right number to look at in capex for a state government is always year-on-year comparison.
Absolutely.
That is valid.
Right.
In that respect, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh,
Karnataka,
Bihar have all raised their capex.
All right. So, and you're confident that will...
I also expect even the laggard states, the last quarter will show some uptick, because that is traditionally the time in which states do the capital expenditure.
The whole sort of narrative now is that you have given sops to the middle class, but also cutting taxes of the rich.
Yeah, see, there is an aspect to be looked at here, that our maximum marginal tax rate was above 40 is generally considered to be high.
One of the highest in the world.
One of the highest in the world. And this is a deterrent to some of our entrepreneurs who have choices of location to locate in India. So if you're a startup, you can locate in India and work from here, or you can locate in Dubai or Singapore, which are tax havens in a way. So obviously we are not going to compete with Dubai and Singapore on tax haven status. But we also don't want to be one of the highest in the world. So the maximum marginal rate has been brought down. We think this will have good effects in terms of investment. India as an investment destination. But at the same time, we are closing a number of loopholes exploited predominantly by the highest level of taxpayer, which is market-linked debentures, high-value insurance, exemptions from capital gains by investment in real estate, and some of the travel and things which go on without commensurate payment of taxes. So there are a number of measures here which actually are directed at collecting the fair share from the higher income individuals, but not imposing a high marginal rate of tax on them at 42.7.
Some cities have still had some success in municipal bonds, but mostly in India, municipal bond market is really not picked up in spite of repeated attempts. And FM had spoken about it in the budget yesterday. So how do you expect the center and the states to incentivize?
There are a number of measures the Department of Economic Affairs takes and Niti Aayog takes, which is in the form of advice, persuasion, technical assistance. In addition, in this year's state capital investment loans, the 50-year loan, a component will be linked to progress on issuance of municipal bonds. So if a municipality is able to issue it, we will provide them some financial support, which will basically make the bonds cheaper for them in some way. It may be direct, it may be indirect, but there will be money available for getting yourself into the municipal bond market, either completely or by completing the prerequisites.
So by when can we expect the guidelines to come for this?
A draft, so there are two schemes there. One is for refund of forfeited earnest money and forfeited performance security. That is expected shortly. The guidelines will be out very shortly. Shortly meaning within weeks, if not sooner. For the scheme on arbitral and other awards and disputes, a draft scheme will first be published. We will invite comments and then notify. The draft scheme, again, we expect to come out shortly.
So this covers pending payments, this covers
basically disputes. Where the contractor and the government have a dispute. It has gone into arbitration. The arbitration award has been given, but the government has gone in appeal, or the other party has gone in appeal, or there are counter claims. So there are a number of these, particularly in the infrastructure sector.
How many such cases are there?
They are in hundreds, definitely, if not in thousands. I am aware they are at least in hundreds.
And how many of them
are of high value because they're principally in infrastructure.
Yeah. So any amount in mind?
I would not want to hazard one. I have some figures for one or two agencies, but I would not want to share that.
Understood.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.